Hi, Film Addicts. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for part two with Keli Price. Oh my gosh, we have a special treat. He's going to play some music for us. I talked him into it. Yeah. So I'm just going to remind you, Keli Price is a writer, director, producer, award-winning, and he is currently playing in a new superhero feature, The Hyperions, with Carrie Elways. Price plays opposite Elways as the villain, and he's also starring in Underdogs Rising alongside Chris Pang, Crazy Rich Asians, and Charlie Angels. Infamous Six with Armand Asante, and Reboot Camp with David. I'm probably saying this name wrong. Kochner? Keckner. Ed Begley Jr., Eric Roberts, and Ja Rule. And he's currently playing the role of Chris Harper on the Snapchat original series Two Sides. And he just started production on a rom-com alongside Jodie Sweetin, Full House, and Fuller House. So let's welcome Chris Price back to the show. Welcome, Chris.
Who's Chris?
Oh, I mean, Keli Price. Just seeing if the audience is with us for part two of Keli Price. Keli Price.
Make sure people are listening.
Yeah, just want to see if you guys are listening. Or girls were listening. Sorry about that, Keli. You're like, who? So we have a real treat. Keli Price, also known as Bobby Love. in the Naked Brothers TV show from Nickelodeon, where he plays a Fox fake English singer with a fake English accent, but he does the English accent extremely well. So I talked him into singing something for us on his guitar, and let's preface it that Keli, not Chris, guitar isn't the bestly tuned or finely tuned. What's the adjective? Bestly, finely?
I tuned it. Yeah, Marilyn totally put me on the spot. So haven't played this song in a long time. If I mess up, I mess up. Here we go, folks. We're playing a song. This is one of the first songs I ever wrote. It's called Move My Way. You're standing there all alone. The moments pass. You check your phone. And did I see you look my way? And now you're staring down. Then you look away. Wallflower girl on a rainy day. Why can't I find the right words to say? I don't remember all the words and all of the lines. Never been the type of guy to improvise. I only know this you and me. So what do you say? Come on and move my way. I don't remember all the words and all of the lines. Never been the type of guy to improvise. I only know this you and me. So what do you say? Come on and move my way.
Wow.
That's a little.
Wow. Our audience is like falling in love with Keli Price. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. Wow. You know what? You really, like, when you sing, you can feel it. I'm sure the audience is feeling how passionate it's. You're really great. I'm surprised you're not a singer too. Like, like a Spotify, call him up. You know what? I gotta call David Helfand. David, I got Keli Price for you. David Helfand does music publishing for all the studios. He's gonna love you. I'm gonna tell him to listen to this episode.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. We're doing some cool stuff with my music for the movie that I just wrote, Wolf Mountain. So I'm gonna have some songs in there, and yeah. So definitely, yeah.
Oh, if you need a wolf, my husky, she's a dog, movie dog. She looks like a wolf.
You need a wolf.
Yeah, so if you need a wolf actor, she's a movie dog. The last movie she was in, an alien movie, the sheriff shot her, but the alien brought her back to life. So she's experienced.
So she's alive. She's experienced death, and she's back with us.
Yeah, so tell us more about Wolf Mountain. So is it about wolves, or am I just assuming it's about wolves?
Well, yeah, Wolf is definitely immersed in the plot. Let's just say that without giving anything away. But it's a film that I wrote and I produced it. I starred in it. Danny Trejo is in it. He was amazing in it. Tobin Bell is in it. Malu Treveo, she's an international like pop sensation, and this was her first film. So that was kind of cool, and you know, to break her into the big screen, and we've got some great actors and crew, and it was directed by a good friend of mine, David Lipper, and everybody just really stepped up to the plate, and we have a great product, and we just started the editing process, and we've got a teaser already that we have. But yeah, it was a movie that I just started writing. I wanted to make something at a specific location that we had access to, and so I formed the script location-wise around that spot. And yeah, it was something that just was effortless. It just kind of happened really fast. It wasn't something that, you know, I was sitting with for a really long time. Just the story just kind of came to me, and it just kept going and going and going. And all of Christmas and Hanukkah vacation, that's what I was doing. I was just writing and getting yelled at from my fiance and getting yelled at from my parents and everybody, like, come to dinner and blah, blah, blah. And I was just at the computer. But ultimately, I think it paid off, and now we've got all these words, these 90 pages that I wrote basically during Christmas break on screen, and it's a movie, and it's coming out this year. So,
so now we know what you were doing during COVID. So you were actually working. You're writing, directing, producing, acting Wolf Mountain.
Yeah, that was just one of. I think I've done like 5 movies during COVID.
Luckily, you know what? You are just super slow. I mean, my gosh. 5 movies right here. 5. You did 5 movies during COVID.
During something like that. I did Will You Be My Quarantine with Jodie Sweetin. I did the series Two Sides that was shot in Cleveland for Snapchat. I did an episode of the show called Solve, which is also a Snapchat series. And then I did Wolf Mountain, maybe 4. Oh, no, 5. I did this movie called Fear of a Black Planet. That was directed by Diedrich McClure, and he's a great director, and that's coming out this year. It's got a great plot to it also. It's involving race and racial tensions, and it was just, we shot it actually in May, and right around the same time, all these race riots were actually happening in the country. Yeah. So it was just kind of surreal that that's what the script was based on, and that was actually happening. So
that's you know, interesting when that happens. Well, it's sad that happens, but hopefully, you know, kindness is a 2-way street. So, you know, that's what I believe in, kindness. You know, at least if you at least can be kind, or, you know, just it takes 2 people. It's a 2-way street, kindness. And, you know, but hopefully, you know, that we can share the spotlight on, but people are different, and you know, so that's lovely. So that was called The Fear of a Black Planet.
Yeah, Fear of a Black Planet.
Yeah, and then so you were talking about you were also talking about, what was it, Be My Quarantine? What was that?
Oh, Will You Be My Quarantine? Another movie that I did during quarantine. Is with Jodie Sweetin.
Is it a comedy? I'm assuming.
It's a comedy, yeah. And Jodie Sweetin is from Full House and Fuller House, and that was a really fun role. I played a love interest of Jodie's, and The character is just hilarious. He's got, I can't say, but he's got a really funny fetish. Can't say what it is, but it's so
Where do people check out the Fear of a Black Planet? Will You Be My Quarantine? Where do they check these out? Are they going to be like on streaming platforms or?
Yeah, I'm gonna have more info on the releases of those soon. They're all gonna come out this year.
Okay.
Reboot Camp, the film that I produced and starred in Reboot Camp, that comes out, directed by Ivo Raza, produced by David Lipper. David Lipper is also starring in it. That comes out on May 4th. That's the film with Ed Begley Jr. and Eric Roberts and Ja Rule and David Koechner and Chaz Bono's in it.
Wow.
Lindsay Shaw. It's a pretty cool cast, and it's a great film. And I've seen the film, and it's really good. And credit to Ivo for writing and directing it, Ivo Raza. And everybody, all the producers and everybody involved. But yeah, that comes out on May 4th, and through Entertainment Studios Freestyle. It's going to be on all streaming platforms and satellite and cable on demand. And my film On Thin Ice that I directed, produced, that I was talking a bit about earlier, that just came out on February 2nd. And that's, like I said earlier, a very important film to me, and highlights athletes that have experienced discrimination, and shows the will and determination and persistence and resilience that all these athletes have, and coupled with the fact that they had to deal with, discrimination on top of everything else that it takes to be an Olympic champion. So I just thought I was really impressed by everybody. Greg Louganis was incredible in the film. Robbie Rogers was amazing. Chris Cluey, Allison Felix, Evander Holyfield, just to talk to everybody in the film and hear their different their stories of success and failures and everything like that. I think it's something that's really important to me, and I want to get out there for the younger generation so they can see these athletes and know that whatever they are, whatever they believe in, whoever they are, they can kick around a soccer ball and not be discriminated against, and be loved by their teammates, the fans, the ownership, etc. That's what we're trying to create now, and athletes have done a great job just in the past couple of years trying to do that. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, all these athletes using their platform to kind of move societies forward. So I'm hoping to see more of that, and I think we're moving in a really great direction.
And can you say the name of that? Is it a film or documentary or docudrama? What is exactly?
That's a documentary called On Thin Ice that I directed and produced, and you could watch that on iTunes. You can watch it on Amazon, Apple TV. It's on Apple TV. It's on Fandango, YouTube Movies, everywhere digitally. And you can check us out at On Thin Ice Movie on Instagram and Twitter, at On Thin Ice Movie. And and my brother edited the film. He was incredible. He produced and edited the film, Nico Price, with me. My mother, Jamie Price, was involved. She produced the film. She was incredible. Jordan Meltzer was one of the producers, a really, really good producer that is really involved in he was really involved in the beginning stages of the film with me, and all of them were just incredible, and we created something really great. And it was the first film that I directed and produced, and it'll always be a special film to me, and it's out there now, and you could also watch it on demand.
Oh, beautiful! And the On Thin Ice is about discrimination in the Olympian sports world, and you said because of your father experienced discrimination because you said because he was Jewish.
Yeah, my great grandfather was a Jewish speed skater in the 1930s. He was an immigrant Jew from Poland, and he just wasn't able to compete in the Olympics because he was an immigrant and because he was Jewish. The two together, at the time, it was a double stigma. So you couldn't compete in the Olympics at that time if you were an immigrant Jew in the United States. And he would tell me these stories, and he wouldn't really say anything bad about anybody, or like, it was more like, man, I wish I was able to compete on Olympic ice, because he would tell me all these stories about beating Olympic champions, and I would watch video and I would look at all these articles that he had, and I was like, were you in the Olympics? And he was like, well, I was on the national team, and I was on the sidelines at the Olympics, but I couldn't compete. And I really tried to dive into it and just understand that sometimes people aren't given the same opportunities because of where they've come from or what they believe and stuff like that. And in the 1930s, there were certain stigmas, and unfortunately, my great-grandfather had a few of those. And if that wasn't the case, would he have been an Olympian? Could he have been an Olympic champion? We'll never know. And so that started to get me to realize that stuff still exists now. I mean, Greg Louganis, I mean, he's won so many Olympic medals, but he had to deal with, all kinds of slurs and stuff from the fans and stuff like that, on top of the fact that he had to train and there was just a lot that he had to overcome just to be on the board. So I saw what he was able to accomplish, and I'm like, well, that's incredible. But it's still happening today, and we just need to be more accepting and understanding of. And I think we're definitely, like I said earlier, moving in the right direction with that. But it's just crazy that you can actually be better, or be, the best in the world, but not be able to compete and actually get that gold medal. And I know that still exists today, and it's heartbreaking. Hopefully, it doesn't happen as much. And yeah, but it's something that I think should be talked about. And, because again, I want the younger generations to know that they can compete, be who they are, be accepted by the teammates, be accepted by ownership, be accepted by the fans, not have to worry about things like that. And if they didn't have to worry about things like that, maybe they would, we would have more champions. Let's just say that, but if we allow more people to compete, and not hassle them or whatever, maybe we would have more champions. And so, yeah, again,
well, I'm going to make him an honorary.
All these athletes are.
I'm going to make him an honorary winner. He's an honorary winner of my Film Addicts podcast. He's an honorary winner of the Olympians. How about that? You know what? That film, your documentary is so beautiful. I want to cry. It's like heartbreaking. I'm Italian, and as you know, when we came over, they would call them wops and greasy. So I think a lot of people have it in their lineage where they were ridiculed. And even like I had some guests on that had Tourette's. I'm dyslexic. A lot of people are ADHD. No one is perfect. That's why. But but filmmaking and being an artist, you can create and express yourself in a safe environment and shed light and do beautiful things. And this film, I'm so happy for this film, like On Thin Ice. And I encourage everyone to come forward and like really cheer on his great grandfather and give him that honorary. I'm gonna like put a petition out there that we give him that honorary Olympic medal. So that I'm hoping and encouraging that people will like sponsor that, so he gets an honorary Olympic champion medal. And I think it should be who's qualified. If you're qualified, I always believe if you're qualified, let everyone apply if you're qualified. Because one of my favorite contests that I entered was Project Greenlight. They didn't know if you were male or female, tall or short, fat or skinny, purple or zebra stripes. You entered your short film, and then you would go to the next rounds anonymously. So they didn't know if I was a male or female. Yeah. And I love that contest because it took out like all labels. And so if you were qualified, they rated the short film on if it was good or not. They didn't know who directed it. And so I almost think we maybe have to, do anonymous submissions. So they have no idea who it is. And then like whoever is the best gets in there. I love that. And
yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and then also the podcast awards, I wasn't even considered. No one even considered me. And I saw some podcast awards, and I'm like, wait, I'm reading to the kids. They're reading to the kids, Enchanting book readings at like 1.5% global. I go, no one even nominated me. Hey, what's going on? Podcast awards, don't forget me. I wasn't even. Hello, who is nominating people? Please nominate Film Addicts and Enchanting Book Readings and Girls Guide to Investing.
Yeah.
So sometimes
hey
they don't
guys,
even...
nominate Film Addicts.
Yes, please. Thank you. So sometimes they don't even know who you are, even though you're like ranking globally 1.5%. So we need love, more love, more love. So,
we did.
So you springboarded to directing with something that was very passionate and beautiful. And so now you are writing, directing, producing, acting. I love it. Do you want to share anything else that's coming up with our audience, Keli?
Yeah. I think I named most of my projects that are coming out. On Thin Ice, like I said, just came out. You can watch it on Apple TV right now. Reboot Camp comes out on May 4th. I have this film, The Hyperions, with Carrie Elways. I play a villain in that. It's a superhero film, and it was a lot of fun to work with Carrie. And that comes out this year in 2021. And Two Sides, the Snapchat series, will be coming out within the next few months. I'll have more info on that release soon. Infamous 6 that I'm in. I have a supporting role in that film with Armand Asante. It's coming out this year. Underdogs Rising with Chris Pang from Crazy Rich Asians. I also play a villain in that movie.
Oh, a villain. What? Wait.
That movie was a lot of fun. We shot that in China.
You went to China?
That in the Philippines and China.
Wow.
And
Ning hao to my audience. I know how to say hi. Ning hao, right?
There you go.
Yeah, that's all I know how to say. Ning hao.
Definitely know the person to ask.
Yeah, my friend Michael Yun. Yep, and because we have fans around the world. We have all around the world. They love the show. So because I do the kids book reading. I told you, Enchanting book readings. So I just know how to say hi to everyone. I try to incorporate all the countries. So bonjour.
Well, I
ciao.
To say, I really, really loved China. I loved the people in China, and they made me feel really like I was like cooler than I actually am. And in the Philippines also, they were like really nice. I remember when I went down to breakfast, they would all like be like, Keli, hi. And just like be like super enthusiastic about me just coming to eat breakfast. So the people in the Philippines and China, thank you guys for welcoming us, allowing us to shoot there. And they were just so kind. And we had a lot of them, a lot of people, like locals to the area that were on our sets too. The makeup team, the hair team, the camera team. And so it was really fun to shoot there. And that's just one of my films that are coming out this year. And Fear of a Black Planet as well. That's the film that kind of talks about the racial tensions, like I said. Those are that's what I got coming out. So definitely keep an eye out. The one that I have the date for is Reboot Camp on May 4th. So look out for Reboot Camp on May 4th, and go check out On Thin Ice. So.
And then I wanted to ask you, did you do anything fun during COVID? Like it seems like you were busy working, writing, directing, producing, but did you do anything fun? Like, did you do anything on your bucket list at all?
Anything fun during COVID? I mean, my fiance and I just went to Carmel for her birthday. Oh. Carmel, California is one of my favorite places. And I'd never taken her there. We had gotten close once. We went to Big Sur, which is just like 35 minutes south of Carmel, but she was getting a little seasick with the winding roads and stuff. So we had to kind of turn back, and we never made it to Carmel. That was like another time that we almost went to Carmel, but we didn't make it. And so this time we were actually able to go. And I avoided the Big Sur winding roads this time.
Did you go down Route 66?
We took the 5 like all the way.
Oh, can you take Route 66? No, you can't take Route 66 there. That's through America. But I was thinking, did you take Route 66 there? That's just because I want you to sing a song. I just want you to sing another song. So did Buster get to go? Did Buster go?
Buster's not here. I hope he's okay. He was like trying to get outside or something.
Oh.
Maybe he saw something on the back.
Okay, so great. So we have all these films. I want you said you were another villain. I just want to talk real quickly. You were a villain in another film. Can you tell them real quick? Because we want to just name that film. You were a villain in the other film. Can you tell us, or the character that you were in? Sideways is
I was
Sideways?
a villain in this movie coming out in 2021 called The Hyperions with Carrie Elwes, and that's a really fun superhero film. And I was a villain in Underdogs Rising with Chris Peng from Crazy Rich Asians, which is also coming out this year. And then on Two Sides on Snapchat, I was not really a villain in that. But I guess some people could consider the character a villain. He has, I guess, villainous ways about him.
But, you got the evil, yeah. A little evilness.
Wolf Mountain, the movie I just wrote and produced that we just wrapped, I was not a villain in that. I was a good guy. I was the hero in Wolf Mountain.
Okay, great.
I was a good guy. Yeah, so.
And then do you have any charities that you want to mention real quick? And then like where can everyone keep up with you? Is there a Facebook page or a web page where they can go see your films and check out what you're doing?
Yeah, on Instagram at Keli Price, KeliPrice at Keli Price on Instagram. And that's really where you can find all my upcoming projects and what I'm working on. I'm really active on Instagram, and I'm trying to get more active on other platforms, but I'm a creature of habit, and so far it's just been Instagram for me. So that's right now where you can find everything. And on Instagram at On Thin Ice Movie. Definitely go check it out, see where the movie's playing, see where we're having interviews. We just did something on Entertainment Tonight for On Thin Ice, so you can catch all kinds of interviews on at On Thin Ice Movie on Instagram and Twitter as well. We have On Thin Ice Movie on Twitter, and at Reboot Camp Film, you can find information there on the Reboot Camp film that I produced and starred in, as well as at Wolf Mountain Movie on Instagram. You can find a lot of info there on Wolf Mountain. It's a super cool project, and we're really excited about it. And we've been posting on our at Wolf Mountain Movie Instagram page, so you can see get all the details on when the movie's coming out and who's in it and that kind of stuff there.
And what was the name of your debut song that you sang on the show, so everyone can go look it up in Spotify when you put that up there too?
The song that I sang on the show is called Move My Way.
Move My Way. It was really beautiful. And I just want to say, you're beautiful. You are just an amazing writer, director, producer, great films. I know our audience is going to go check it out and support you because you're fantastic. And you are just, can't wait for you to get some Oscars and nominations, because you're a fantastic actor. And we're so happy to have you on the show today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. This was a lot of fun. This was really a lot of fun. So I encourage everyone to go out there and watch Film Addicts.
And listen, thanks so much. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Yeah. Until next week, cheers, everyone. Stay healthy. And we'll see you next week, everyone. Bye, Keli.
Bye, guys.